There's no such joy any entrepreneur can receive than getting a support, right, from a financial partner. They go beyond your credit history. They try to look at your capacity and guide you. It's a very broad view.
The BECAP program actually comes in. It's much a holistic assessment of the entrepreneur. It's not just focused only solely on the credit ratios, but mainly taking time to assess how well they know their business.
Today we're going to explore the unique journey of business acquisition and the critical role of specialized financial support in fostering economic inclusion.
Coming into Canada, I knew I needed the right communication. I needed the right information to transform my thoughts. If not for the information, I wouldn't have TD on my side.
Hi everyone, this is Maheen and welcome to the CanadianSME Small Business Podcast. Now today we're going to explore the unique journey of business acquisition and the critical role of specialized financial support in fostering economic inclusion. Now while 43% of Canadians find entrepreneurship appealing, only 1% are currently taking the leap of buying an existing business, a path that offers established assets and mentorship but comes with its own set of hurdles. Joining us today are two people who turned those hurdles into a success story. We have Bome, who is the owner of Kairos Hill Services, a building restoration firm with 34 years of history, and Faith Biyapo, the regional manager for Black Community Business Development at TD, who serves as a trusted liaison connecting entrepreneurs to the resources they need to thrive. There's lots to dive in, so without further ado, let's welcome Bome and Faith. We are very pleased to have you on the show today.
Thank you so much.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, we're very pleased to have you two here on the show, and we'd love to open our discussion by really understanding the newcomer's acquisition journey. But you're an entrepreneur, lifelong entrepreneur, but your journey to buying a business in Canada started with some tough lessons and two offers that you had to walk away from. Let's delve into that story a little bit. Tell us, what challenges did you face buying a business, and how did a neighbor lead you to Kairos Hill Services?
Thank you very much for this question. Well, like you said, my name is Bome, introducing myself once again, and I run the company called Kairos Hills, right? So coming into as a newcomer to Canada, I always knew I was going to run my business because I'd run businesses, abroad before coming here. Now, it took me a lot of research and communication with different people to get businesses to buy. Finally, I got offers. I had to walk away from two. One of them had unreliable financials, which there were so many discrepancies. And the other one had no good strategy and some hidden debts. It was hard because this process had taken me like 6 to 1 year to go through. But I definitely had to work through. So I had to work away from it. And all that while I was talking to a neighbor who was mentoring me. He was just interested in how I was trying to do my acquisition. So he had watched me go through the process for about a year and a half and not getting any through. He was in the process of winding down his business. So when I came back to him after the second time, he was like, okay, let's do this. I don't want to sell, but, I can put together some assets. I've got business of over 35 years. I can put together some assets, my people, job history, and, I can hand it over to you. So we had a gentleman agreement, and that's how the acquisition came in. So I put everything under the portfolio of my registered business called Kairos Hills. And I've been running it. It's been great. The growth has been awesome.
Amazing. Now, this is a great story of the motivation and the inspiration behind the platform. And it's amazing how a local connection and a retiring owner's mentorship can provide such a great foundation that starting from scratch simply cannot match. Now let's examine how access to capital, it remains a key barrier for founders and how to really overcome it. This one's for you. Tell us, how does TD's BECAP program reduce funding barriers for Black entrepreneurs?
First and foremost, Maheen, I just want to say thank you for having us on the Canadian SME Small Business Podcast. It's a pleasure to be here. So my name is Faith Biyapo, and I'm part of the Black Community Business Development team at TD. And one of our products that we have on my team is the Black Entrepreneur Credit Access Program.
Right.
In as much as we serve as liaisons between the bank and the community, what we gathered over time was that we have a significant amount of immigrants who go into entrepreneurship as soon as they come into the country. As a matter of fact, there are more immigrants who go into business compared to Canadian-born people. So this has prompted us to really look at the idiosyncrasies that this subgroup faces, in the pursuit of trying to grow their businesses. And what we realized was that, many of them bootstrap using their own personal credit to get their businesses going. Coming here as an immigrant, most business people don't necessarily have family or long-term relationships that they could leverage, very low levels of social capital. Some of them even struggle with, speaking the language or having an accent, which makes it even more complex when they try to, assess the labor force, to maybe go sell their skills in the labor market. So many of them turn into entrepreneurship. And in doing so, they start in the early days by, leveraging personal credit. And then sometimes if they are not, very disciplined, they end up, hurting their own credit. So what we've seen over time was that some of them actually do well in terms of their business, and the business starts to grow, but then they don't have the necessary capital to take it to the next level.
Right.
You see, and by the time they start coming to the bank, they have all these derogatory remarks, on their credit bureau that becomes another layer, of impediments. So that's where the BECAP program actually comes in. It's pretty much a holistic assessment of the entrepreneur. It's not just focused solely on the credit ratios, but mainly taking time to assess the entrepreneur, understand how long they've been in that industry, how well they know their business, how well established their, the supply chain and the networks and of vendors that they work with. How well do they know that industry and that business, and how is the business doing today? So if the business is doing well today and has the capacity to be able to pay off the debt over time, then we can assess the credit based on that. And also some of these applications also go through a secondary credit committee review process, just to make sure that we have very good risk assessment and clear line of sight of the whole process. So this is what essentially the BECAP program is about, to make sure that we are able to remove some of these barriers that Black entrepreneurs face when it comes to credit assessment, access to credit.
This is great information, by the way, about the program. Thank you for walking us through it. And it tells us that providing a holistic credit review, it ensures that talented entrepreneurs, they are evaluated on their potential and viability, not just the traditional matrix. Now let's explore how a strong banker relationship helped secure the working capital that is needed for growth. Please tell us, Faith, how did TD's support build your confidence compared to past banking experiences?
Okay, so going back to what he said, you see, there's no such joy any entrepreneur can receive than getting a support, right, from a partner, financial partner. It helps you to be decisive in how you move forward. And TD has looked at and from what he said, it's a very broad view.
Right.
They go beyond your credit history They try to look at your capacity. They go inside you and think for you and help you, guide you. It's a very broad view. Most people don't think in that way. But for a financial institution to come up with that way, it helps you decisively. So yes, TD came in after looking at my potentials. They put up a good credit for me. This helped me in post operations. Immediately I acquired the business. I started out my runnings. Right. And they didn't just give me the money and walk away. They've been like advisors. They call, they step in. So that's confidence allows you can see how I'm looking. I don't look like an entrepreneur that, it just started. I'm very supported. Yeah, so I'll give it to them. But you must understand, like you said, it took them quite a lot. It's not an easy process. But when a bank puts that process for you, then you feel that confidence. Yeah.
That is amazing. I mean, having a banking partner who acts as a core member of your team, as you mentioned, Bome, it turns a transaction into a long-term strategy for success. To the entrepreneurs that are watching, if you are looking to scale, remember that you don't have to do it all alone. Only 1% of people are buying existing businesses, but those who do gain an incredible head start with established teams and mentorship, don't let lack of resources stop you. Seek out specialized programs like BECAP and find a partner like TD who sees the brilliance in your vision. We're going to take a quick break right here. Please don't go anywhere because when we come back, we'll explore how mentorship during leadership transition becomes the key to long-term stability.
Hey, you think you know UPS? Yeah, that's us. Everybody knows that. You know what you didn't know? This. Okay, try to keep up. Ocean, us. Ground, rail, air, so us. Guess who? Us. Customs cleared, borders cleared, done. Us. You still with me? Wait for it. Boom. Us. Intelligent, automated, fulfillment. Us. Yep. Healthcare too. Digital your thing? Yeah. Well, book it, ship it, track it. You feeling me yet? Yep. That's all us. That's all UPS.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's dive into the lessons Bome shared and learned from the original founder and how honoring legacy while leading forward creates sustainable growth. Now let's look at how mentorship during leadership transition shaped long-term stability. Bome, please tell us, what key lesson did you learn from the original founder about leading a long-standing team?
Okay, so when we started off and he had to hand over a lot to me, one of the first thing he told me was, you need to understand your people. You need to take them first because the people culture is what everybody's an ambassador of this business. So you need to understand that these people have got to be treated well. Now, not just the sales, right? If you have bad people, then you're not able to replicate good delivery.
Right.
So for me, it was easy. He just told me, see, I've done this over and over for you. So for me, for you, it's just going to be a copy and paste.
Right.
So that's what I've been doing. You call me to come do a job. It's something that's already in the database. I understand it. We just copy and paste. And over the years, they've delivered. So, hey, they've got a 4-year history. It's just easy peasy for me. I just come in and replicate what has been done. It's only when you're an inventor that you almost can't copy and paste. But the world has put, structures for us to be able to do that. So yes, for me, that mentorship, to carry over, I understand how to deliver. And he checks on the business. It's been healthy. He handed me over some stuff. I still have them. Sub trades, I still have them.
Right.
And we've been doing very well.
Wow. Honoring this 34-year legacy, Bome, while bringing in fresh entrepreneurial energy is a perfect recipe for sustainable growth. And we wish you all the best with
Thank you so much.
with that. Next, let's discuss how banks and community partners can strengthen the ecosystem for Black entrepreneurs. This one's for you, Faith. What is TD's long-term vision for supporting Black entrepreneurs, and how can they access it?
Absolutely. I think at TD, our focus is first and foremost the community. How do we ensure that we continue to build trust within the community? And we've done that so well by building a team that is reflective of the community that we're trying to serve. And most of us are also immigrants, first-time immigrants here, and we understand the challenges that a lot of these business people are going through, the Black entrepreneurs are going through. First, we have to understand that moving to a new country for anyone is not an easy endeavor, let alone to do that and then start a business, in a completely different environment. So we genuinely understand these challenges, these unique challenges that they face, and we want to make sure that we focus more on building that long-lasting relationship with the community. And the Black community is not just a monolith. It's not one community. It's several different communities. I mean, we have African Black Canadians. We have the Caribbeans. From the Black people from the Caribbeans, we have Africans, and even from Africa, we have people from East, West, South, North Africa, So it's a matter of how do we genuinely connect with different things happening within these communities, meet individuals, understand their needs and their financing needs, and then continue to, like Bome said, have a holistic view of their financial journey, and make sure that we're with them and we work with them through all of these critical points, in their business. So TD is committed. We're a community bank, and we genuinely want to be, on this journey with our, entrepreneurs. The Black business development experience at TD is one segment that we have. We have several other segments like this. We have the 2S LGBTQ2+ segment. We have the Women in Enterprise segment. We have the Indigenous Banking segment as well. So TD is not new to the segmentation strategy. It's something that we've pursued for several years now, and it's something that we are dedicated and committed to pursuing even into the future. Yeah.
This is amazing. Thank you so much, Faith, for sharing what TD is doing in the SMB space, especially for Black entrepreneurs. And we'd be more than happy to highlight as the new programs come forward for our listeners. But this was a great conversation. Really tells us that success is truly achieved when passion and financial education meets, and there's a dedicated support system that allows for a community to thrive. As you wrap up now, if there is one piece of advice from each one of you to tell our newcomers who want to buy a business but they fear the risks, what would it be?
For me, I'll say you have to be patient, right? You have to do your due diligence, and you have to believe in your value. For me, my value is based on my Christian background. So coming into Canada, right, I knew I needed resources.
Right.
I knew I needed the right communication. I needed the right information to transform my thoughts. So I had to put my authority, everything to God, which is my own source. And it's been great because, hey, I was able to, if not for the information, I wouldn't have TD on my side. If not for the information, I wouldn't have my neighbor who acquired, So all these resources, but you need patience, right? Patience. Canada is a country of great opportunities, right? Information is key. Communication is key. Due diligence is very key. And most importantly, whatever source you have that can give you the wisdom to get all this, you put that in it. Thank you.
That is amazing. Yeah. You, Faith.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think, the first the advice I would have is for anyone who's looking to buy a business is to reach out. Reach out to us at the bank, and we'll be more than happy to work with you. We have a team of experts and professionals like small business account managers, commercial bankers, who have a lot of expertise and knowledge when it comes to assessing the viability of different businesses and also structuring the right financing structure for you to be able to acquire the business. So my advice would be to reach out as soon as they even have the idea that this is something they want to do, is to reach out to us. Let's have a conversation so that we can help to guide you, especially from the point of view of how do you finance the business, how do you purchase the business. So we have also our franchising segment as well. So if you're looking to buy a franchise, there's a team that's dedicated, focused on that. If it's in agriculture, we also have specialists in that area. If it's in healthcare, you want to start up, if you're a medical doctor, for example, you want to start up your own practice. We have the professional banking segment as well. So it's very important not to underestimate the impact that we can have as a bank at the very early stage of the idea. So I would say the advice would be for them to reach out.
This is a great reminder, by the way. Thank you so much to the both of you for coming here to tell us about your journey, first of all, Bome, and for what TD is doing.
The great support from TD.
Of course. And again, this is a great reminder that research and the right team and right partners, they make all the difference. Thank you to the both of you for being here and for sharing such great expertise in your vision.
Thank you so much for having us.
And that was Bome and Faith Biyapo. A powerful look at why the opportune moment is in business is often found when you have the right team and the right financial partners behind you. Thank you so much for tuning into the podcast. Please be sure to subscribe and visit CanadianSME.ca for more resources. A special thank you to our partners, UPS, A1 Global College, Google, and ADP for their ongoing commitment to empowering small businesses across Canada.